It's over. It's done. We lost the war. Our country has been destroyed. It has been infiltrated, and after numerous, very calculated moves, we lost a war that we didn't even know we were in. Our country has been replaced. I found this interesting video, and it goes to show you the true extent of this. It's a very symbolic video, you could say. It's not just our country. It's not just the United States. I don't know where y'all live, of course. I'm sure this applies to some of you as well. It's not just the US. It's the entire Western world. Australia, the United Kingdom, almost all of Europe, United States, and Canada. It's done. We lost. Our country has been replaced by this new globalist empire, the New World Order. That's the point we are in. So I'm gonna play this video for y'all because, well, I find it powerful and it's, like I said, very symbolic. So let's watch.
You're taking the wrong fucking flag down, mate.
I don't know that. We know that.
At least you know that.
100%.
Wow. Just wow. I mean, there's not a better representation of everything that just happened than that video right there. Just the other day, we saw the White House put up the pride flag in the center of two United States flags. If you don't know United States flag code, it clearly breaks it. The nation's flag is to be put in the center. This is a new nation's flag. Pride flag is a new nation's flag because this is a globalist empire. We watched as the British flag was thrown to the ground in favor of this. Thrown to the ground in a symbolic symbol that shows a country being overthrown. Every time a country is lost, every time we lose a nation, what do? They get rid of the old country's flag. They have no respect for it. They throw it to the ground, and they put up their own flag. It's a gesture that represents getting rid of the old and progressing with the new. That's what they did in the UK. The United States, they know that the people have a little bit more pride. You can see in that video, the guys weren't happy about it, but they still went along with it. I don't know if the same would be true in America, so they have to be a little more calculated. They have to be a little bit more careful with their gesture, showing that the United States is lost. So instead of throwing the United States flag to the ground, they simply disrespected it by putting it to the side of their own flag, the globalist flag. That's what they've done here. It's it's been a long time, right? This war's been going on for a long, long time. None of us knew we were in it, you know? None of us knew we were fighting to preserve our country. I mean, some of us did, of course, but many of us, almost every United States citizen, was living happily, not realizing the threat that was going on behind their back. It started with the feminist movement, the sexual revolution. They destroyed the brains of young men and women by telling them to sleep around, to sleep with everybody, that sex didn't have consequences. They introduced abortion to kill the unborn, to remove even more consequences. They introduced birth control, which destroys the hormones of young women. They started putting young girls on it to destroy their brains while convincing them that their sex didn't have any long-term consequences. But we all know it does on the brain. They started distracting people with that. And then, when people started getting distracted with sex, what did they do? They poisoned our water. They poisoned our water and they poisoned our food. They put chemicals in our water that has literally been proven to make frogs trans. It has been scientifically proven that the chemicals that they put in our water transes frogs. What do you think it's doing to us? What do you think? And then they put all these chemicals in our food that do the same thing. They destroy our hormones, our hormonal makeups. They put all of our food in plastic, doing the exact same thing. They poisoned our food and they poisoned our water. They literally made the country gay. They made us all fat and gay. And then they introduced every possible distraction. They made porn accessible to 10-year-olds with just a search bar, with a tablet. As long as you have some way to access the internet, they made it instantly accessible for anybody. Do you realize what that does to the brain of a young man or a young woman? It literally destroys it. It's so evil. It is so incredibly evil what they are doing. These people are evil. They hate us. They put all these things, they are distracting us. And what else have they done? They've made social media accessible to everybody. Every single app is so incredibly addictive. You have every distraction ever, so you never have to think. Anytime you actually notice a problem, you just turn on one of your many distractions. You can go to porn, social media, TikTok, and just scroll through, and it just desensitizes you. It numbs your brain so you don't actually have to think about all the problems that are going on in the world. It convinces you that everything's just going all right. That's what they're doing to you. They've been doing this for a century. This has been a century-long war. And now that they've managed to numb the entire public, everyone's distracted, everybody eats poisoned foods, drinks poisoned water, they don't think for themselves. They don't care what's going on because, at any point in time, they can just open up another distraction. They can numb their brain. Now that they've done that, they were able to institute the New World Order. They were able to institute this globalist country. They are now replacing our flags, and nobody even gives a fuck. Sorry for my language, but I'm mad. I don't think I've ever cussed in a video before, but it's time to just pull out every stop. I'm so done. I am so done with these. They hate us. They hate us. They want us all to be dead. That's what they want. Yeah, this just keeps playing during my amazing speech here. But yeah, they want us all dead. We're gonna all end up in camp soon. I hope you realize that. Anybody who's speaking out like me right now, we're gonna be in a camp in 10 years. At this rate, I mean, look what they did in every single country that was taken over. Every country that was taken over by some kind of communist or socialist regime, what do? They find all the dissenters, every Christian, every Catholic. What do they do with them? They throw them in a camp. They get rid of them. They either work them to death or they just straight out kill them. That's gonna be us in 10 years if you're not willing to speak up now. If you're too pussy, then yeah, go ahead. Just go end up in a camp. Have fun with that. Or you can just speak up now and, worst case scenario, what, you become a martyr. That's what we almost have to bank on at this point, right? We have to bank on that we have murders. Because nobody's actually going to wake up to this until someone's dead, until people start getting thrown in camps, until martial law gets enacted and, there's soldiers sweeping the streets. Nobody's actually going to realize how bad it is because they have so many distractions. Soldiers could seriously show up on your door tomorrow and 90% of people wouldn't even think anything. They could show up demanding that they take your guns. 90% of people would just go along with it because they could go back to their beer, go back to their porn, go back to social media. They have every distraction in the world. Go back to their poisoned food and poisoned water. Man, it makes me mad. That's the point we're on today. That is the extent of our problems. Our country's gone. The West is gone. Every country that was so great, that built this great empire, like all these countries were once the top of the world, the entire West. It was this like beautiful landscape that was better than everywhere else by a mile. Now it's all gone. We have lost everything. Our country is gone. And nobody cares because there's so many distractions. We lost a 100-year long war. They did it slowly. The best part is we still don't even know who the heck we're fighting. Still trying to catch myself a bit on those, but we don't even know who we're fighting. That's how well they've disguised themselves. So like we could just pin it on a group, right? We could do the easy thing and just be like, oh, it's the liberals, or oh, it's the one group that I'm not allowed to mention on this platform. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Is it a mix of those groups? Almost 100% it is. I mean, we know who's behind most of this, but it's not like some like one cartoon Saturday morning cartoon bad guy, right? That's that's not this real world. It's a mix of people. It's not like, oh, we can just point at one group and oh, it's all them. But it's a mixture of them. They're all in collusion with each other to kill us all. That's the rate we're going in. They also sent us all into these forever wars, right? Because what do they know about patriotic young men who care about their country? They're willing to die for it. So they took every single guy who actually loved this country, who would actually be willing to fight when stuff like this happened, and they sent them to go die in the Middle East. That's what they did with them. They got rid of them. They sent them into certain death for no actual reason. We got played. We got completely played, and nobody noticed. I mean, some people noticed it, but nobody listened. Nobody listened in time, and now this is happening, and everybody's so blind because they're clouded. There's this fog around them, a fog of distractions, and now our country's dead. Our country's gone. So, yeah, life is good. Life is good right now. We can keep fighting. We can keep pretending like there's something to fight for. Maybe there is. Good guys win. I mean, that's what movies have taught me. Disney movies, yeah. The good guy always wins. No, that's not even true. Gaston was a good guy. He didn't win. Good guy always loses in Disney movies. How about that? Is it true? I don't know. I haven't watched that many Disney movies, but it's quite possible. Robin Hood was a good one. I'm getting off track though. Try to stay positive, thinking about, cool stuff, cool things that I like. Because this sucks. This is really gay. I don't like those. It's a disrespect to our country and disrespect to everybody who died for it. Man, it is. Yeah, it's really gay. And it makes me mad. I don't have a script for these. I just kind of go off on. I just start talking because I get mad and passionate. I give my best speeches when I'm just kind of going at it. I've noticed. There's actual passion there. I could be fake for you guys and write a script, but I like to try to be real. So that's what I'm doing. But it kind of results in moments like these sometimes where I get a little lost and I just kind of start talking. But it's all right. We carry on. We carry on. The show must go on. But yeah, movies have taught me that the good guy almost always wins, except Gaston. Rip Gaston, my hero. But yeah, we might as well keep fighting. Is I mean, what is there to lose? Right? We have nothing to lose. So, maybe this is a good opportunity. We're put in the spot now where there's nothing to lose, so we can just all go at it. Conservatives actually step up, we can totally save the country. It's completely possible. I am in full belief that the majority of this country is not in favor of this stuff, even if they say they are. I don't believe it. I think we could sway them pretty quickly if they just realize that there are voices out there that are willing to stand up. But every conservative voice is so suppressed that people feel like they're isolated and so alone. So they pretend like they're liberals and then they actually start going along with it over enough time. They lie to themselves that they're liberals until it becomes actually true. So with a few loud voices, we could actually sway the country and still save it. So there's a bright side. Don't give up too much hope. Don't get completely blackpilled. Don't get don't get too depressed. That wouldn't be fun. Depression is gay. If you're depressed, don't be. Don't be sad. That's my advice. That's the MK Ultra conservative guarantee. You won't be depressed if you're stop being sad. It works, I promise. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the video on that note. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, share the video. The only way we're gonna take back this country is together. So join the fight. Yeah, the intro feels a little, or not intro, outro words. Feels a little down today. It feels a little sadder than usual because we lost and that sucks. But we can still trade. 28-3. We have Tom Brady on our side. Don't never forget that Tom Brady had that MAGA hat. Tom Brady is on our side in this. And who made the greatest comeback in history? Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady is the good guy, and the good guys always win. We're about to make the 28-3 comeback for our nation. This is gonna be so epic. Okay, now I'm hyped. Now I'm hyped, boys. Let's go. Ooh, raw, mother frickers. But yeah, alright. Round 2 of the outro. So long. Peace out. And God bless y'all.